Hi everybody, it's me again, Mr. McNichol, and this is the lecture for Wednesday, August, I guess it's going to be the 30th, okay, or maybe the 31st. Let me check that just to be safe. Yep, it's going to be for Wednesday, August the 31st. Okay, well, basically, thanks again for a great class last Monday with the pi exercise. I'm glad everybody had a good time with that. I know I did. I really, really enjoyed teaching all of you, and I think we had a lot of good breakthroughs yet that day, so keep it up, yay. I'm here in my high school classroom right now, and I'm videotaping your next lecture, and this one is going to be about the next step in writing your essays. How to write your body paragraphs. Now, there's a couple of ways that people look at writing argumentative essays. Some folks like to look at the introduction first, how to write a good introduction, but some folks prefer to go looking at a body paragraph first. Now, in this particular case, I'm going to show you both how to do body paragraphs and introductions. You decide what's best for you. The curriculum that I borrowed, basically to first put this course together, likes to look at body paragraphs first, so that's what we're going to look at today. Okay. Now, basically, let me just call something up for me to watch. I'm going to be taking a look at the slideshow that you're going to be also looking at. Today, you're going to hear the lecture, and you're going to take the quiz on body paragraphs. And when we meet again on Monday, we're going to start actually, if we can, if we got everything we need, we're going to start writing body paragraphs and introductions. But for now, I'm just going to talk about what a body paragraph is. I'm also going to bring these as handouts on Monday once again, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Sound good? Okay, so you can either watch the slideshow while I'm talking, or just listen to me in the background while you folks are doing the dishes or making dinner or whatever or doing other homework, whatever floats your boat. Now, body paragraphs, they're called the meat of argumentative essays. They are the part that is the most important. They are the part that essentially is going to win your reader over, if anything else is. If nothing else is, the argumentative essay needs good body paragraphs to get the point across and win the reader over to your viewpoint, okay? We're also going to just talk about what a formal essay is and is not. We're going to find out where body paragraphs fit into the structure of a formal essay and the basic parts of any body paragraph. So, formal versus informal writing. Well, you're going to be writing formal argumentative essays in the next couple weeks of this unit. You're going to want to write formally when you're doing formal things, when you're doing important things like applying for a scholarship, applying for a grant. That's like a loan for those of you who haven't seen these before. A grant is like a loan, except you don't pay it back. So you're going to want to do well looking for those. When you're trying to get a job, sometimes you have to write what's called a cover letter in order to get somebody to look at your resume, to get to look at you to see if you're best for a job. Okay. Now, you don't want to write formally when you're just shooting an email to friends or family. That would be weird. But always consider who your audience is and the impression you want to make on them. You're going to write differently to your spouse than you would to a work colleague. You're going to write differently to a work colleague than you would to your boss, and so forth, okay? Well, to keep an essay formal, you have to avoid a couple of things. First off, the don't do's. Don't do sentence fragments. Don't say who, what. You don't take little pieces of sentences. Always use complete sentences. Say, the cat sat on the mat, complete sentence. Don't just say, on the mat. That's how we talk, but that's not how we write in a formal essay. If I was just hearing from my wife, where are our children? I might just say, watching TV, playing baseball, but those are sentence fragments, okay? So, avoid those kinds of language in a formal essay. Also avoid run-on sentences. One time when I was teaching some of my students, I had a career day going on, and one dad who was a policeman was talking to my students. And one of the students asked, what kind of class should I take in high school if I want to be a cop? Well, this particular dad, who was also a detective for the local police force, without missing a beat or batting an eye, he said, English class. Why? Because he got people all the time who could pass the physical, but as he put it, it's the report you write afterwards that puts someone in jail for the crimes they've done. And he would get reports from guys who would use the word and 15 times in a sentence, or use commas 20 or 30 in a sentence. Okay? That's a run-on sentence. Try to keep it to one and one comma per sentence if you can. Avoid contractions. Say do not instead of don't. Cannot instead of can't when you're doing a formal essay. Avoid slang. You can say, that was amusing, that was funny, this was enjoyable. Don't say LOL or use other pieces. Don't use cliches, okay? Don't say, it's raining cats and dogs in a formal essay. Just say, it's raining very hard. Okay? Avoid text language as well. Avoid second person. Don't say in a formal essay, you should see this. Okay? Use something more objective. One ought to do this or this. One not ought to do, that one should not do this or this. Some teachers are even more stringent, saying don't use first person. Don't, in a formal essay, say, I am going to talk about this today. Okay? Just simply say, this is the topic. Also, when you write your paragraphs, make them more or 3 sentences or more. That's a simple rule of thumb. Do not make paragraphs that are only 1 sentence, because generally you're going to have an introductory sentence. Remember the pie thing. You're going to have your claim, your evidence, and your explanation if need be. Okay? Your point, your information, and your explanation. So that's at least 3 sentences per paragraph. Okay? When you have a formal essay structure, there is an introduction. The introduction is arguably the most important part of your essay, because it tells your reader what you're going to talk about. If you say to your reader today, or you make a claim, for example, for the reader, that small businesses are superior to large multinational corporations. Okay? That's a claim that you're going to make in your introduction. You'll give little 3 pieces of evidence or more, and each of those pieces of evidence you're going to expand into a paragraph in the body section of your essay. So the introduction is only a paragraph long, and that paragraph has at least 3 sentences in it. And each of those sentences is a claim you're going to expand on. Now when you get to the body paragraphs, the simplest way to write an argumentative essay, in a body paragraph, each body paragraph is a pie exercise from the 3 claims you put in your introduction. We're going to look at more examples of this when we come to the lecture on Monday. Okay? Each body paragraph is typically about 5 sentences long, 4 to 6. My high school students nearly always ask, essentially, what's the least I can do? Okay? I instead tell them, what's the most you can do? Okay? And have it about this as a median. Okay? So, and in the end, you've got the conclusion. The conclusion's only a paragraph long. It should be about 3 sentences long. And a conclusion's job is to remind the reader what it is they've been reading, what you've been trying to prove. Okay? And the conclusion is basically just rewording your introduction. Okay? Pretty straightforward. And basically, I call it the grocery list way of writing an essay, and it makes it so much easier. Okay? Well, let's say you were to start with body paragraphs. People tend to write the introduction first because readers read it first. But what sometimes happens with an introduction is you'll start, and then you'll start your body paragraphs, and you have a great idea, and you put that in, and you have another great idea, and you put that in. But if you've already said, I'm only going to talk about this in an introduction, sometimes that's not the best way to go. So, some professors, like a number of them here at TCC, they suggest write your paragraph first, okay? Save your introduction and conclusion for later, okay? once you edit your body paragraphs, this is just another way you can do your essay, then do the introduction and the conclusion after your body paragraphs are done, okay? Why? Well, once again, writing a body paragraph, you might discover more information. You might change your mind. Sometimes when people are writing persuasive essays, when they actually put down some of their arguments and they see it on paper, they realize, you know, that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. It's not the best way to argue something. I'll drop that, okay? If you wait until your body paragraphs are done, then you know exactly what you're going to put in your introduction, exactly what you're going to put on your conclusion, okay? It's no deal breaker, as Dr. Fung puts it on her slideshow, it's no deal breaker to go back and change things later. It does cost you time, though, if you have to do that. And if you're like me, if you've got to write an essay, you want that done fast as possible, okay? So, parts of the body paragraph, 3 of them. Topic sentence, details, wrap up. Really simple, okay? The topic sentence, that's your claim. What is one of the things you want to prove in this essay? And only 1 per paragraph, okay? Not 2, 3, or 4. 1 claim, okay? If your overall essay is to try and say, this is the year the Toronto Blue Jays will win the World Series, I wish, but I will end up making a series of claims to that effect. Well, they have an excellent pitcher. They've got excellent fielders, okay? Well, the first claim will be about their star pitcher, okay? So, the topic sentence always comes first in a body paragraph, okay? That's the way we're going to do it in this class. It makes it easier for me to grade, and it also makes it's easier for you to do. Later on, you can do it wherever you want, okay? But that's neither here nor there. Now, a good topic sentence makes a claim that can be debated, okay? So then, your reader reads it and says, well, why should I agree? The pitching staff on the Toronto Blue Jays is second to none in the American League East, okay? Well, basically, a good topic sentence is something that needs to be supported by facts. And so if I made a claim about an amazing pitcher for the Blue Jays, I have an opportunity there to put a bunch of facts. I'll show what his pitching scores are. I'll show how well he's done. I'll show where he trained. I'll show where he's played before. I'll show everything. So if I make a claim, okay, on a topic sentence, once again, make that claim something that needs facts, because then you're going to get your reader interested. Why are they saying that? This is the greatest movie of all time. Well, why are they saying that? Here's the points why, okay? So, if you're on slide 11 right now of the overall slideshow, are these good topic sentences? Well, bake the cake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that a topic sentence? Actually, it's not, okay? That is a command, not a claim, so it's not a good topic. What can we say to make it a claim? You should bake the cake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Then you've got reasons. Bake it at too low a temperature, this will happen. Make it at too high a temperature, like I do on the very rare occasions I cook, this could happen, and so forth. What about the next one? After the pandemic is over, parents should take their children to the zoo, okay? Well, that's debatable, because some folks don't like zoos, okay? Some folks think they're cruel to animals. Some folks do like zoos. Some folks think they preserve animal life, and it's good for children to see animal life as much as possible, okay? But, okay, there is only one claim in the sentence, and the only thing that qualifies it is after the pandemic is over. So, you may or may not agree with point number 2, but it does make for a good topic sentence, because it is debatable, okay? And moreover, remember that with that little chalkboard, very short piece I showed you on Monday, it's not too broad a claim. It doesn't just say, you should take your kids to the zoo. Specifically, after the pandemic is over, you should take it to the zoo, okay? I won't go through every single one of them. You could read them on your own, but I wanted to go through that, okay? Just a little bit. Now, how do you end up supporting your topic sentence? Well, through details. I normally am not a detail-oriented person, but I've had enough arguments in my life to know that I need to have those at least straightened out, okay? So if your details themselves make claims, have facts, things that can't be argued with in order to back them up, okay? Never write a claim without enough facts to back it up, or else you lose, in the short run, you lose points on your essay, but also if you're trying to argue a point, you're not going to win over your audience unless you've got facts to support those claims. A simple rule, they call it the rule of thumb. I always call it the rule of threes, and Dr. Fung here mentions that too. Try to have 3 facts to support every claim. You should hire me for this job. Why? I'm punctual, not great at the pronunciation. I am punctual, I work hard and effectively, and I have a great deal of experience in this particular field. Each of these could be a paragraph, okay? That's how that would go, okay? Now the wrap-up, that is an optional thing in your body paragraphs. It restates the topic or comes to a conclusion of all the details that came before. It must be last in the paragraph. So, if I want to say that Jimmy Jones is an amazing pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays and he could lead them to victory, I'll give all kinds of facts about his pitching qualifications, and after I do that, I can wrap up. These facts make him an incredible pitcher and a great asset and it's this asset that makes it a real possibility that the Toronto Blue Jays will win the World Series. Well, don't laugh too hard. I mean, the Chicago Cubs finally did it a few years ago. So, once again, to wrap up on that, on the parts of a formal essay: introduction, at least 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. That's what they call the 5-paragraph essay. Introduction, 3 paragraphs or 3 claims to prove, and a conclusion that restates your introduction. And the parts of each of these little paragraphs in between, okay, each one has a topic, details, and optionally a wrap-up, okay? So, you have a chance now to do a video review of the body paragraphs. I'd suggest you take a look at them. Watch the video if you want, and I will be posting a little assignment for you folks to do. That's, I say, assignment, to see if my students are listening carefully, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot for watching, folks. Appreciate it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody again on Monday. Take care and have a great day.